and welcome into the High Velocity Racing League Cup Series tonight, live from the Michigan International Speedway. Take a quick look at the information for the race tonight. We got a 78-degree ambient temperature, decent humidity with 12-mile-per-hour winds. And we also have 100 laps tonight, 4 additional sets of tires with the changes that we have made to the fuel strategy and everything. We gave these guys an extra set of tires to combat those fuel changes. And we have no fast repairs. Stages are going to be at laps 25 and lap 50. Track temp very high tonight at 106 degrees Fahrenheit. And of course, this 2-mile D oval sets the stage for round number 9 of the Cup Series. And we kind of talked about the standings as well so far for everything going on here. We'll take a look. Not take a look, I will read off because it's just going to be a little bit easier to do it that way. At the playoff standings, we do have 5 drivers already locking their way into the playoffs. Jose Mercado, the first one to do it at Daytona. And then Bryce Fontaine followed him up with the second race weekend. Joe Hudson won his way in at Bristol. William Kern at Dover. And now Mason Tomlinson 2 weeks ago at Darlington. Those 5 have locked their way in via wins. C.D. Mangrum leading the way for the point getters. He's up 118 to the cut line. Kevin Fry, he's up 110 to the cut line in 7th. Ray Hanneman up 79 to the cut line. Sean Hapiak is in 9th, plus 58 to the cut line. Mike Marini in 10th, 1 point behind Happy. And then Bryce Tucker in 11th, up 27 in the cut line is Tyler Lemon. He's up 6 to Sean Wilder, who is in 13th. And tonight should be an interesting night. Let's take a quick look at what everybody is doing out on the track. Your fastest guy so far, Brandon Dayhoff in the number 51. He ran a 38.963. Bryce Fontaine shortly behind him there with a 38.974. And William Kern close in tow as well. Joe Hudson, 4th fastest so far. And Chris Weiniger sits 5th fastest. In front of him, Bryce Tucker. But behind him on speed so far, 6th fastest. And Hunter Young in the number 77 sits in 7th so far on speed. Mason Tomlinson, 8th fastest so far. Not sure if those are all just solo laps or if there's any drafting going on for any of these drivers as well. Take a quick look here at Bryce. Points leader, season points leader so far. Trying to make his way and secure the season point championship, regular season point championship. Big time bonus points there. He's got Joe Hudson to the inside with Wilder on the high line. Multi-groove track here in Michigan should Should be interesting. We'll see who is able to run which groove. Ooh, a little bit of netcode there, it looked like, potentially. Or a bobble, one way or the other. But with 10 seconds to go, we are going to be going into the qualifying session here in a moment. And will these lap times stand? A fun finish there for Bryce. So quickest in qualifying was the 51 of Dayhoff. Let's see, though, who is able to make it out first. And it does look like a bunch of the drivers getting into their cars for qualifying. Looks like Bryce is the first one out on track. We will follow along with the number 12 as he runs his outlap. $19 drivers here this evening. Running high through 1 and 2 on the first lap. And it looks like Bryce will be the first one to complete a lap. A 39.31 for the 12. Lanford with a 39.39. Wilder fastest so far. Let's take a look with the 99 for his second lap. A 39.16. 2/10 quicker almost than the 12. Runs the middle lane. Slams the wall, and the second lap will be disallowed, so he's not going to get another one. Let's hop on with Bobby Grady. And the number 1. He's 4th quickest right now, dropping to 5th. 39.54 for the number 1. And Bryce jumps back up to the pole with a 38.97. What will Grady be able to do? Crossing the line. 39.4 is the time. Kern on his second lap, as is Danny Gross. Danny Gross sits 5th. And the number 27, Weiniger up to P2. A 39.06 for the 53. Here comes Danny Gross. He crosses the line. 39.08, he jumps to 3rd. Hanneman's finished his second lap. Kern coming to cross the line here for his second. He jumps to P6. Dayhoff with a 39.11 on his second lap. Tucker and Marini. Hunter Young, Ron Holyfield, all those guys out on track right now. Tucker. Take a look at Holyfield real quick in the number 14. He keeps it low. And he's going to cross the line. Both he and Tucker jump up. Tucker up to P11. Holyfield up to 13th. Marini will come across the line. He jumps to P10, moving everybody behind him. And that should conclude qualifying here with about a minute left. We will take just a moment here to do a quick driver's meeting. Alrighty, and we have the grid set here. Leading the way to the green flag is the number 12 of Bryce Fontaine, and Chris Weiniger will start outside row number 1. In row 2, it's going to be the number 27 of Danny Gross and the number 49 of Joe Hudson. Row 3 is the 52 of Sean Happick and the 51 of Brandon Dayhoff, the guy who was fastest in qualifying. P7 and P8 are going to go to Ray Hanneman on the inside and William Curran on the outside of row number 4. Row number 5 will be the 99 of Sean Wilder and then 45 of Mike Marini. Row 6, Mason Tomlinson and Bryce Tucker in the number 11 and number 4 respectively. C.D. Mangrum in the number 9 will start in P13 this evening with Ron Holyfield in the number 14 outside of row number 7. And in row number 8, we got Hunter Young and Colton Lanford. And in row number 9, we have Bobby Grady and Andre Carvalho, and Anthony Hall will round out the field. And the pace car will be taking them off of pit road. Bit of a surprise with Weiniger up there. Rather new to the Cup Series car, but he had a good speed in the Truck Series at Michigan. So we'll see what he can do here from second position. And again, with the change to the fuel, this will play a bit of a factor as well. Not sure what happened there to everybody.
It's the right pedal there. Button.
Outside line, getting it caught up. But here we go. Pace cars diving down pit road and into the Geico restart zone we go. Green flag is in the air, and we are racing for Michigan International Speedway. Great jump on the start there for Bryce as the inside line will dominate off of 1 and 2. A little bit of a loose condition there as well as Danny Gross will fall back and try to rejoin. Nowhere to go for him, though. He's going to fall way back down the running order all the way to the 14th position. There was a gaggle of cars there in the mid-pack. Back there around Wilder, Mangrum, and Happy. Everybody gets it figured out, though. And the front row so far stays put where it was. P1 to Fontaine, P2 to Weiniger. Curran will jump up to the 3rd position after getting by Hanneman. A great run off of 2 and down the backstretch as Curran will dive to the inside of Weiniger. Great battle for the 2nd position. Bryce not running away, but he's out to about a 4/10 of a second lead over the field. Looks like Hanneman going to jump to the high side, try to make something happen up there for the battle for 3rd. Should be a good run down the backstretch for him as he will clear Weiniger for 3rd. That momentum should give him a good push to the back of Kern. Weiniger from 2nd to 4th so far in the first few laps of this race. Tomlinson and Mangrum up a bunch of positions off the start. 6 for Tomlinson, Mangrum up 7. And Kern also up 6. Those biggest movers so far at the beginning stages of this race. Marini going to be put middle of 3, or bottom of 3, rather. Hudson, the one middle of 3. They get it all figured out, though. Hunter Young to the outside of Joe Hudson. These guys starting to get single file there as well. Kern and Hanneman have gained a lot of time on Fontaine. Good pushes from the 85 and the 31. They fan out through 1 and 2. Bryce took the bottom, Kern to the middle, and Hanneman to the outside. These three trying to run away from P4. Weiniger slowly getting reeled in by the 4 of Tomlinson. You see right there. Mangrum has caught up to Tomlinson as well. See if these guys work together to try to get by Weiniger for 4th. Happy and Grady battling it out there for the 15th position. Grady diving it deep in the inside to the inside. Will get by the 52. Here comes Danny Gross. He looks to the inside of Happy as well. You got 3 guys here, pretty close proximity. You got Marini, Hudson, and Tucker closing in on Dayhoff as well. You got Lanford and Hunter Young battling it out as well for P number 8. Hunter Young has the outside and all that momentum to run that outside. And oh, we got a battle for the race lead. Kern to the outside of the number 12. He should have the momentum down the backstretch. Oh, Hanneman almost getting into Bryce there. I think Kern almost got into the wall as well. They lost a lot of time, and Fontaine able to continue in the race lead. Mangrum was able to get by Weiniger and Tomlinson. The number 9 of Mangrum up to P4. He leads that second group as they try to chase down the trio at the front. Yeah, you see a little bit of nose scrapes there. On the front of the 31, but as he pulled away, it looked like they were all fixed, so whatever happened, maybe he fixed it right there. Tomlinson was able to get by Weiniger as well. He's starting to pull Mangrum back to him. And Wilder has gotten to the back bumper of Weiniger as well. Hunter Young, Colton Lanford still battling it out for 8th, but they've got Marini right behind them now too. Marini right there, ready to strike. Joe Hudson and Bryce Tucker just outside the top 10, trying to find their way forward. Dayhoff in the mix here, too.
Pitting.
The
49 pitting.
number 9 of Mangrum and the 49 of Hudson both going this time. These guys electing to split the stage in half. As Mangrum and Hudson fall down the running order, that's going to put Bryce Tucker into P10 and the cloud cover coming in as well. Tomlinson sits in 4th now after the number 9 pitting.
This time, Will.
Here comes the 12 this time around. And there goes William Kern out to the race lead. Looks like Hanneman's going to follow Fontaine. Weiniger staying out as well as Wilder. Looks like Tomlinson followed them down pit road this time around, as well as Danny Gross following the leader down. Now the undercut, is that going to be allowing Mangrum and Hudson to gain any advantage of time over who was just come down pit road? Looks like Bryce coming out of pit road now. Here comes Mangrum down the front straightaway. Mangrum able to get by Tomlinson and Hanneman. And Bryce should be right in front of him. Kern staying out. He's got Joe Hudson right behind him. Hudson looks to the inside to get his lap back there. And Kern stretches another lap. Oh, Hanneman has to come back down pit road. Looks like maybe a speeding penalty for the number 85. Or an unsafe pit. Some sort of a penalty there for the number 85. Nine laps to the end of the first stage.
Pitting.
Marini calling out pits. Wondering about Kern. He stays out another lap. Not sure if he's trying to save that much fuel or if he is just trying to stretch it as long as he can. Different strategies. Different strategies in this race with the different fuel amounts than what we've been used to so far in the Cup Series. But Marini, Hunter Young, and Ron Holyfield all came down pit road this past time around. And Kern staying high here. Will we see the 31 stay out again? It looks like he might be. Weiniger and Wilder. Wilder, those guys stay out as well. Lanford now sits in P4. He stays out, as does Tucker and Hall. Hall looks like he's coming down pit road. Dayhoff stays out. Happy stays out. Grady stays out. Looks like Anthony Hall, the only one to come down this time around.
31 coming in this time.
Here comes Kern this time around.
pitting in.
Lanford coming this time around as well.
52 pitting this lap.
Weiniger, he's coming. Wilder's coming. Tucker stays out. That'll give Tucker a lap lead here. Only 6 more to go. Dayhoff and Grady have stayed out as well.
11 car pitting.
Tucker coming this time.
51 pitting.
Kern's already out. Here comes Fontaine down the front straightaway, though. He's coming into turn 1. Kern. He's coming off of turn 2. This is the net race lead here between these two. Fontaine's got a lot more speed down the backstretch.
Sorry, Nathan. Woo, that was close. You're all right.
Not sure what happened between those two, but that was sounded like a stressful moment.
Lit up.
Looks like Kern.
Good, man. Good racing.
Kern able to get out in front of Bryce, so Kern will be the race leader here. As they go flying by Dayhoff, Tucker, and Grady on pit road. And those guys plummet down the racing order. Tomlinson, Mangrum, and Hudson rounding out the top 5. Hudson trying to battle for 4th with Mangrum. To the inside goes the 49. He's going to complete that pass back up front. Looks like Kern starting to build a bit of a gap to the number 12. 3/10 the advantage. Tomlinson a good tick back from those guys. We talked about the top 5 with Tomlinson, Hudson, and Mangrum.
Tires 49.
Negative.
Mangrum rounding out that top 5. Marini trying to chase him down. Kern building a sizable gap with 3 laps to go here in this first stage. This time around, Kern will take 2 to go, closing the pit road. Pits are closed, 2 to stage. Not sure what happened to Carvalho, but he's looking 2 laps down right now. Grady, the lone car, 1 lap down. Hanneman is right in front of the race leader, though. Just a handful of seconds in front of him. Looking for battles. We do have a battle for 3rd brewing. Tomlinson and Hudson, they've been right there with each other. One more lap to go in this first stage. I'm wondering if Bryce still having to battle the fuel mileage here in this first stage. Oh, Tomlinson collects the wall.
That's super tight there.
And Hudson to the inside as William Kern is through 3 and 4. He comes around to take the green and white checkered flag and win stage number 1.
Yeah, I definitely cooked my tires there, but I think it was worth it from where I started.
Mangrum and Kern both up 7 positions, as was Anthony Hall. Those 3 all vast improvements on that first stage. And Bobby Grady will get the free pass.
Pace car cannot do.
Down pit road they go. Pit strategy will play a factor. I would imagine everybody coming down taking 4 Goodyear Eagles. Kern will lose the battle off of pit road as Bryce will take it.
Jesus.
But we will not be grabbing Kern. I'm not sure where he is. Cannot find Mr. William Kern, so no interview with our Stage 1 winner. Lots of focus on the race for the number 31, as he'll be starting from the 2nd position. You can hear everybody saving through the caution laps here. Kern was my pick tonight to win this race, and he's got a stage win under his belt so far. Here we go, though. Field in the hands of the number 12. Into the restart zone.
Green, green, green.
And we are green flag racing here once again.
I'm 48. 49 this year.
See some 3 wide there in the mid-pack around Hanneman. One, two stay the same with Fontaine and Kern leading the way. They fan out in 3 and 4, everybody does. Hudson and Mangrum side by side for second. Hanneman able to complete the pass between those two. I think it was Lanford and Wilder. Looking at Mangrum, he's fallen back a touch. He's going to go to the inside of Hudson, though. Oh, he slides up the track a little bit, almost making contact with the 49. He's going to lose a lot of momentum, and Tomlinson on the outside will make that pass. Here comes Marini to the inside. Draft playing a big factor there, as the 9 was able to hold even with the 45. Offset 3 almost. Bryce leading the way out front. Kern sits second. Joe Hudson and Tomlinson all right there. Everybody staying in a position to try to attack. They are offset 3 again with Mangrum in the middle. And Marini, rather, contact between the two teammates, and around goes the number 9 to the inside. The caution comes out, and he's able to keep it off the wall, so nothing's too serious for damage there for the number 9. We will go back and take a quick look at it, though. Take a look at it from the far chase here. That's not what I meant to hit. Let's try that again. From the far chase. Yeah, teammates making contact there in the 45 and the number 9. Mangrum almost gets it saved, but a little bit of an overcorrection sends that number 9 car to the inside. Quick look at Marini. He's able to collect the car, no problems at all, but the number 9 burning those tires up, spinning through the infield. Does a very good job of keeping it off the inside wall, though. Very, very limited damage to the number 9 just from the contact that was made there between the two teammates. So Mangrum falls back to P18 there. Carvalho will get the lucky dog. Free pass, whatever you want to call it. He'll get one of those 2 laps that he is down back. And everybody comes down pit road for some fuel at the very least. We'll try to take a look around the mid-pack with William Kern of the pit boxes, try to see if we can see anybody trying to take some tires. I don't suspect that they will be, not purposefully anyway. Yeah, it looks like splash and go for most of the field. Fontaine will come out in first, Kern second, Hudson third, Hanneman fourth, and Tomlinson fifth. And it looks like Mangrum about the same amount of time as everybody else, so yeah, 6 seconds of pit stop time. I don't imagine anybody there taking tires. Carvalho, the free pass, coming down, getting his pit stop in. And gas and go for the 19 as well, so. So that caution puts us in a position where we're kind of potentially looking at a similar strategy as far as what we are used to seeing in the second stage. Something more along the lines of what we've seen so far throughout the Cup Series. These guys might be going into save mode to try to make it to the end. You see a couple of drivers diving down pit road to get topped off. Hunter Young and C.D. Mangrum both coming down to top off their fuel. One lap can be the difference. They might be able to go a little harder if they're coming down for an extra lap of fuel. So yeah, you see these guys trying to stretch it as much as they can. They are all over that pace car. Fontaine took the outside this time. He'll have teammate Hanneman behind him. But here we go. Pace car dives off. Into the Geico restart zone we go, and we are racing once again. A great jump by the outside lane as Hanneman and Fontaine jump away. You see there, 3 wide for 4th. Danny Gross on the outside. He'll collect the wall. Marini trying to work his way back. That's offset 4 wide through 3 and 4. Marini leads the inside of that group there. Holyfield on the outside. Weiniger trying to find his way and maneuver his way back towards the front. He sits in this group as well in P11. Tomlinson looks to the inside of Gross as they go down the backstretch. .25 washes up the track. Lanford out to the outside. Out front, it remains the same. Fontaine leads it. Hanneman P2, Kern P3. Hudson leads the second group in the 4th position in number 49, with Danny Gross in 5th and Tomlinson in 6th. Lanford.
There's a car there.
Lanford sits P7, Wilder P8. Wilder trying to find his way by. He dives deep down to the inside in 3 and 4. He'll get by Colton Lanford. Puts himself side by side with Tomlinson, but the momentum for the number 4 puts him back in front for P6. Mangrum to the inside, looking to the inside of Hunter Young. I believe those 2 teammates. And the 45 pushes the 37 on by Ron Holyfield into 9th. And trying to follow him through for 10th. Hudson and Gross have caught their way back up to the lead 3. Gross to the inside of Hudson. Just shows the nose and can't get there. This time around will be 10 more laps to go in stage 2. Oh, Danny Gross actually is able to complete the pass for the 4th position. The 27 almost back to his starting position of 3rd. He's searching for it. He's looking to the inside. Can't find it. The lead 5, all single file, down the backstretch. Oh, and look at this deep dive down into the inside. He's going to be by Kern, even with the 85. Fontaine stays high to help his teammates out with the draft, and they will be able to clear the 27. Gross with 0 help up at the front, not able to make it happen. Top 5 stay single file again. Looking back here, though. Again, offset 3 down the backstretch. Yellow flag is out, though.
Good racing there, 99 and 25.
Yeah, buddy, that was all.
I got racing, that was fun.
Not sure what happened here.
Base car off too.
Looking for it. Oh, it's in front of Carvalho. Looks like Dayhoff was involved. Take a look at it. Mangrum involved as well. Take a look at this from far chase once again. Dayhoff on the outside here. This is off of turn number 2. And Dayhoff to the outside. Mangrum inside. Contact into the number 51. Collects the wall. Mangrum nowhere to go, and they just get tangled. And down into the infield they go down the backstretch. Mangrum and Dayhoff again not hitting the wall too terribly hard, so damage should be limited. But that is going to put a few cars down pit road. Danny Gross was the first one down. And looks like he is flipping the stage. A lot of people flipping the stage here with 7 to go. Grady will be the first one off pit road. Bobby Grady came in for fuel only. Little strategy there from the number 1. Moves him up to P11. But here's where the tires are, starting in 12th. 12th back has tires. And Carvalho got his lap back as well, so that will put him back onto the lead lap. And Dayhoff still working on damage. Make sure I am live. I am good. Looks like this time by they'll be going green flag racing. And this time Bryce electing to take the inside. We'll have the 31 of Kern behind him. And Tomlinson, actually. We will have 5 laps of racing to the stage end. All right, here we go. Field in the hands of Fontaine into the restart zone.
Green, green, green.
And here we go. Green flag again. Lap 45 here presented by Grow Masters. Grow Masters, an attractant with 30 different vitamins and minerals, as well as an all-natural organic dewormer. Unlike many other brands, Grow Masters has a large ratio of healthy and beneficial ingredients for deer and a lower amount of salt. With 2 irresistible flavors of red apple and persimmon, Grow Masters will bring the deer in and help them feel better. If a deer feels better, he eats more and grows more, meaning a bigger rack. Feed those deer Grow Masters 365 days a year for that trophy deer you've been dreaming about. For more information, head to the website, www.hhwildlifeproducts.com. As the caution came out here on lap number 45, that will, I believe, be the stage.
That page.
That will be stage. I think that's about right. So congratulations, Bryce, on stage number 2 win. Everybody coming down pit road. Grady, the only one to stay out. Few drivers getting fuel and go. Ray Hanneman going to jump off pit road ahead of the number 12. And we'll grab our stage 2 winner, the number 12, Bryce Fontaine. Bryce, how's your race been going so far, bud?
Yeah, so far so good. We've been in control all race. Tried a little something there on that first stop, and I mean, I still got second out of it, so I'll take it. But this Eternal Racing Toyota Camry, this new paint job by Tyler Manning Designs is looking great up front, and it looks like we got some potential strategy up here. So we'll see how that plays out, but the goal is to get it back to the point. Yeah,
previous caution, some drivers coming down and trying to flip the stage, and now they've put themselves in position to try to run up front for a little bit of track position. So what's your strategy here? Just try to run it dry and keep it going the way it's been going?
Yeah, I think that's all we can kind of really hope for at this point. I think that it's going to be probably pretty important here to try to get past these guys. I know we didn't really have too many laps there, but the heat cycle on those tires at a big track like this is definitely going to come into play. And I've been strong on the restarts, not just on the jumps, but in the corner as well. So hopefully we can try to take advantage of that here again and get this car up front and see how the strategy plays out. It's definitely different, obviously, with the amount of fuel that we no longer have, but it's been fun, and I'm looking forward to seeing how this thing pans out.
All right, well, we'll get you back down with your team. Good luck this third stage.
Yep, thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Stage 2 winner of the number 12 of Bryce Fontaine. We could have had them race one lap, but that didn't really seem like the smartest thing. So they're going to have to go a few extra laps here in the third and final stage, but they will be fine. They will be fine. Bobby Grady stayed out. He was the only one to. Everybody else came down and topped off at the very least, including Gross, Lanford, Weiniger. Those guys all flipped the stage, so they were playing a little bit of track position here for the start of the third and final stage of the evening. Here we go. Bobby Grady leading them to the green flag here as the pace car dives down pit road into the hands of the number 1, into the Geico restart zone, and he rips away from the Geico restart zone, and crossing the line will start this third and final stage. difference in the tires will probably rear its ugly head very quickly as you see the 12 and 85 ripping by the 27. Also going to rip by Bobby Grady here, as Lanford leading the race right now. They come off of turn 4. He's going to have to battle it out here between himself and the number 12 to try to lead that lap. And at the line, looks like he may have edged it out barely to lead the lap for the number 25 of Colton Lanford. Happy dives way down to the inside to get away from some of the other guys.
Nice catch, Sean.
Yeah, the car got way loose.
Thank you.
That's what I thought happened. I wasn't sure exactly what happened, but he did cut it back and kept it going in the right direction. These guys going to be offset of 4 wide as Happy threading the needle between Marini and Tucker. Whoa, that was close. We saw that happening. As Marini dove to the inside. Bryce and Hanneman nose to tail, looking to get by Lanford. And the Eternal teammates off of turn 4 will have the front 2 positions. Once again, they've put themselves back out into the lead. Lanford doing a good job of holding on, sits in the 3rd position right now. And you can see the difference in the tires between these guys. Grady's out there on the oldest tires, I believe. Oh, and there's a spin to the inside.
I don't know.
We'll take a look at it. Trying to catch up to it here.
You need to pass me one car.
Not sure. Let's try to go back to it again. I hit the wrong button. Let's see. Hunter Young to the outside of Weiniger. Oh, drifting up, connects with the 77, and they go spin into the inside. And yeah, Hunter Young gonna slam the inside wall with the back of the car. Down pit road we go. Once again. And Kern will be the first one to stay out, as does Happy and Hudson. Everybody else coming down to top off. Really, any of those guys that came in should be in position for pretty much where we would have been had the stage 2 ended on lap number 50. The front 3 deciding not to come down and get any fuel. Trying to get that track position back. And Hunter Young still down on pit road right now. Trying to fix as much of that damage as he can. was wondering if anybody else would elect to come back down. I mean, at the back, you might as well come down and top off.
I don't know if you heard him, Happy. He called top.
I know, but I don't want to go on the inside. And he seems like a bottom anyway.
Wilder does come back down pit road. You know, sometimes you hear the banter in the broadcast, and it is funny. Wilder comes back down pit road to get some more fuel. 77. Hunter Young. He stays out. Here we go, lap 56. We'll be going back to the green flag. Kern on the outside will have teammate Bryce Fontaine right behind him. Happy on the inside has Joe Hudson.
Green, green, green.
And a big jump off the start. But an accordion checkup for Lanford will put him behind the inside line. Happy has Hudson to the inside. There goes Happy around in front of the field. He's going to collect a few of the drivers.
Totally my fault. I need to go to the back.
No, we made an announcement at Texas. We're not doing that anymore.
Yeah, we saw it there. Happy a little slow on the restart. Bunches up the inside lane. He gets to the quarter panel and Hudson gets to the quarter panel and around goes the 52. Trying to see who else he collected. He did collect Mason.
All right, I didn't know you were gonna stick your nose in there. I should have closed that.
Mason
off
also got a piece of Weiniger.
Is the 49 damaged?
Ooh, hard shot for Carvalho into the 52 as well. Holyfield gets collected by Tomlinson as well. So some damage all around for a bunch of the drivers here. Hunter Young able to squeak through without an issue. And Kern holds the lead.
Come on, let's catch up. I got to get my car fixed, man. Come on. Going the best I can.
I'm sorry, Sean. That was totally my fault, brother.
Bunch of guys coming down pit road to get their cars fixed up. Top off with some fuel. Kern back out front. Has Bryce in P2, Hannum in P3. The Eternal guys have done a good job of maintaining the front of this race as much as they can by putting themselves in the best positions possible on the restarts. Got to believe they're going to continue to do that here.
stop.
Just Brandon, you just blinked pretty bad. We'll watch it.
Kern electing to take the top. Puts Bryce and Hanneman on the inside. And it looks like Carvalho has come back out on track. I was wondering if he was calling it a night there. Weiniger still down pit road, though. Hunter Young coming off pit road right now. He'll be on the lead lap. Yeah, lights are off on the pace car. This time by, they'll be going back to green flag racing. .60 will be down, 41 to go. Well, 59 will be down, 41 to go. Into the restart zone we go. Kern leads the way. Here we go. Green flag flies, and Kern gets a great jump off the restart. A wide angle here through turns 1 and 2. We've seen a lot of action off of 2. Kern and Fontaine sit 1-2. Hanneman to the inside of Lanford. Lanford runs the top. Fontaine shows the nose to the inside. He'll have Hanneman pushing him down the front straightaway. And that big push down the front straightaway is going to put the 12 back out front. Should be a good run here for Kern off the down the backstretch.
Sorry, Nathan.
Danny Gross trying to get involved in the top 5 again. He's found his way to 5th. Looking for more. Lack of momentum down the front straightaway, though, as Mangrum gets by him for P5. Lanford looks to the inside of Hanneman there for 3rd. Big time battles here in the top 6 or 7, really. We got Wilder involved in this as well. First one outside the battle for the top spot is the number 11 of Tucker. That's Kern. He's going to be put in the middle of 1 and 2 as Hanneman's going to go ripping around the top. This should give him a good run down the backstretch. Ooh, slight contact between the two Eternal Racing drivers. They are side by side down the back straightaway. Mangrum looks to the outside of Fontaine as well. Kern with a good run off of turn 4. Great battling here at the front. Kern up in front of Mangrum. Man, that was tight. He made it fit, though. And now Mangrum, contact with Lanford.
Come on, man.
Sorry, CD.
It's just when I'm making ground.
Back to 5th goes Mangrum, and Gross will go up to P4. Battle for the race lead still in full effect as Kern has the left quarter panel of the 85. Top 5 still right here. Slight contact between the teammates. Hanneman going to have a better run, though, off that high side as Bryce will also get there. And the caution is out here as Hudson is involved. Take a look here. Looks like dirty air potentially from this angle. Yeah, Tucker gets the wall. Hudson follows him. Ooh, and then contact between himself and the 14. And at that point, the 14 has no thing he can do other than finish him off. And Hudson spinning into the infield.
Kern, hopefully that bump helped you.
He was able to keep it off the wall.
Yeah, thanks, man. I got tight or whatever, and I had to let off the throttle. I got into Ray a little bit.
It's okay. Robin's racing.
Lap 66. Man, Tucker hit the wall hard, too. Off of 2. And down pit road we go. Carvalho stays out to get his lap back. That'll put him back to the lead lap with the free pass. Everybody else, though, down pit road for some fuel. It looks like Kern taking rights at the very least. Kern might be taking 4 tires here. Hanneman gets out of pit road first. Happy Tucker both staying on pit road, I believe, probably to continue repairing both of their respective race cars. Lights off on the pace car. Coming back to the green flag. Hanneman and Fontaine will be on that front row. And sitting third, Ron Holyfield. And Bobby Grady will be coming to the line in 4th. Hunter Young, with the damage to his car, has either gotten it repaired or is just trying to make it work with what he's got. Coming to the line this time around 5th, with Tomlinson coming in 6th. We saw Kern take tires there, so he'll be quick. I don't know how many of these guys around him also took tires.
Go ahead and give me an ELL, please. Thank you.
All right, here we go. Back into the restart zone. Hanneman has the control, and he will rip away, leading him to the stripe. Been lots of action here in the third stage so far. Through 1 and 2. You see 3 wide there, mid-pack. They get it squared away. Somebody in the wall. I think that's Anthony Hall. Yeah, I think that was who hit the wall there. Tomlinson sits in third right now. Kern moving his way forward. Ooh, contact there between Hudson and Grady. Out front, Hanneman still holds the lead. Him and Fontaine pulling away. Tomlinson sits third. We saw the battle for fourth. Hudson, Grady, and Kern. Right behind them, C.D. Mangrum in a 3-wide battle there for 7th. Looks like he might have the advantage off of 2. Ooh, contact there between Gross and Hunter Young. Almost looked like there was some rubs in the wall there from the 77. Kern side by side with Bobby Grady, excuse me, for the 5th position. Bobby doing a good job of holding them off from the high side. Danny Gross looks to the inside of Hunter Young once again through 1 and 2. He will complete the pass. No, he will not. Never mind. I saw the 25. He will not complete the pass. He will stay packed in P9. And Kern's finally gotten by Grady. He's got Mangrum on the tail now. Grady sits in 7th. Oh, Wilder chasing the car up the track almost. Tucker gonna get the wall that time around. Marini to the inside. He'll make a pass there for the 12th spot. Hanneman and Fontaine still leading. Hudson sits in 3rd, Tomlinson 4th, and Kern in 5th. 4th, 5th, and 6th. 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th actually catching this duo at the front. There goes William Kern to the inside. Hudson looking to the inside of Bryce Fontaine as well. 26 more laps here from Michigan. And the momentum from turn 2 on the high side keeps Fontaine in a good spot. Hudson, though, not ready to concede the position. Mangrum will try to follow the 49 to the bottom. Ooh, Hudson not able to clear the 31 for third. Couple drivers diving deep to the inside. We're 4 wide going into turn number 1. Hudson backs out of it a little bit. Almost contact with Kern there from the 49. Mangrum, middle of 3. He'll clear the 31 for third. From 6th to 3rd, a great move there from the number 9 of Mangrum. Hunter Young and Colton Lanford battling it out for 8th. Lanford right there in striking distance.
We're three.
That was sketchy. Bryce able to get away unscathed. Kern now sits in 2nd. He'll come up in front of Mangrum. Lots of movement here at the front. Hanneman to the inside of Mangrum. Ooh, slight contact. Both drivers able to collect their cars. That'll push Tomlinson up to P4. Hanneman back to the 5th spot. William Kern side by side with your race leader. Looks like he might have led that lap. Those two are going to battle it into 1 and 2. Great battle for the race lead here with 21 to go. Danny Gross and Hanneman side by side into 1. Danny with a good run off of 2, though, will put him nose to tail with Tomlinson. And Kern was able to clear Bryce down the backstretch. These guys will be catching the damaged car of Happy any moment. Mangrum going to be top of 3 behind Hanneman. A great push from Tomlinson down the front straightaway. We'll put Hanneman to 3rd. Danny Gross sits in 4th. Tomlinson and Mangrum duking it out for 5th. Hudson, the odd man out of that whole exchange there down the front straightaway. He sits 7th.
What are you doing? What you doing?
Come on now.
Not sure what happened there with Happy.
It's damaged and washed up. My bad.
Big time change there.
Good job, Brandon.
Yeah, not fast.
Not sure what happened between those two either. Leading the way, though, under 20 to go. Coming to 18 laps remaining is William Kern at the front. Got to imagine there's at least another pit stop to be had here. I don't believe they can make it to the end from where we went green flag racing. Fontaine dives it deep. Kern stays high. All that momentum will be on the high side. Great side drafting between these two teammates.
Pitting.
Mangrum coming down pit road this time around. It's like I knew. It's like I knew. Grady coming down as well.
Ray, here comes the bomb. Hopefully.
What's that say?
Ooh, that's some tight racing right there between Hudson and Tomlinson. Almost contact between the two there. But Tomlinson able to get by. Wilder able to get by as well. Oh, and Bryce able to get by Kern, but the momentum will be on the favor of the 31. This should be a crossover move from Kern. Hudson coming down pit road this time around. He's alone down pit road as well.
4 pitting.
You hear there, Tomlinson going to come down this time. Kern and Fontaine battling hard at the front. They got Hanneman and Gross right behind these guys. Hunter Young.
51 pitting.
Bunch of guys going to be coming this time.
11 pitting.
25 pitting.
14 pitting.
Now, Kern stayed out, or came in and pit
19 pitting.
earlier. He stays out with Gross. The 12, 85, and there's a spin on the front stretches. Holyfield.
Yellow. Sorry, 14.
Holyfield spinning, comes back up on track. These guys already on pit road.
That's my bad for 14. I got cut off. I could probably hit pit road.
Not sure if these guys will be able to get by the pace car or not. Hanneman was able to. Tomlinson, he's able to go by. Dayhoff. He's able to go by.
Anybody feeling nice tonight to give me a little push here?
Penalty. Wait, are you out of gas?
Yeah, when the pace car came out, I ended up running out.
I don't know the league rules on that.
Do I get my wave around for this?
Thank you, whoever's pushing me. I very much appreciate it.
That should honestly be kind of, I don't know, but not my monkey, not my circus.
Oh, stop. Get the stick out of your ass.
Oh, you want to be like that, buddy? Okay. Disrespectful. Just rude.
That's okay. We're all entitled ducks anyways, right, CD?
Well, most of us, yeah. But some of us have bigger sticks up their asses.
We are on the broadcast, guys.
Hey, well, he started it. I don't know if he's an admin, but he's starting it.
Heated discussion going on there. Let's clear it up, guys.
What was the caution for? Anybody know? I wasn't involved in this one, I don't think.
2 cars got into it going into the pit, Joe. I'm trying to figure out if I get to go by the pace car or not, but I shouldn't be a lap down. I don't know.
Sorry, turn. You're good, man.
Hey, Tucker, just from experience, I wouldn't ask for the lap back, man.
If nobody knows what we're talking about, Weiniger made a mistake, but
I'll take the top if I can here, Bryce.
Hey, I got passing under yellow, race control. You can clear that or go back and look. I don't know where that would have been at.
Happy it says you need to pass me.
Yeah, 10-4, Joe.
not sure if anybody is worried about that. He's a lap down. I cleared his black, though. I'm not sure what happened. I don't really want to go back.
It's all good.
Fair and fun here as race control broadcast.
Yeah, let's go, Hunter.
Mangrum going to lead him to the stripe here to go green flag racing with 11 laps to go. This is going to be an 11-lap shootout to the end. But here we go.
Green flag.
Green flag's in the air. They rip away, and Mangrum with a decent jump here.
Fine, I'm sorry.
Keep it on the wide angle to watch all the action as much as we can through the first few corners. Wilder kind of loses it a little bit. He's going to be able to collect the car, though. Lost some time. The 99 falls back. $11 more laps here from Michigan. Mangrum leading the way. There goes Fontaine to the inside. They're going to be side by side off of 2. Bryce has that quarter panel, trying to hold the number 9 there. Door to door through 3 and 4. They were side by side at the line. Fontaine hard off of 2, driving it hard. Mangrum into the wall. A couple other drivers into the wall as well.
Sorry, Hudson.
Big push coming from the Eternal drivers. 3 deep. Hanneman gets by Mangrum, and there goes Fontaine as well into the point. Eight more laps to go here. Fontaine, Hanneman, and Tomlinson. 1, 2, 3. Mangrum sits in 4th. Marini holds the final spot in the top 5. Dayhoff and Kern battling for 6th. Big run down the backstretch from Hudson. He'll be bottom of 3. He and Gross rip hard off of turn 4. They'll still be 3 wide, but this time they're with Marini. Tomlinson was able to get up to P2. Hanneman sits 3rd now. William Kern to the inside of Mangrum. Looking to put himself into the 4th position. Tight to the number 9. Hanneman dives deep into turn 3. He'll be side by side with Fontaine off of 4. Mason with the crossover. He'll get back to P2 potentially through 1 and 2. 5 laps to go here from Michigan International Speedway. And Mangrum hard into the wall. Kern! No, there goes Kern to the inside. He's able to collect it without hitting the wall. Lost a ton of time. And there's a spinner off of the backstretch in turn 3. That's Dayhoff going around. You could feel it building. A lot of aggression going on throughout the field.
Not sure if that was my bad or not.
Yeah, all these drivers can take a breather as we're going to have a green-white checkered here. We'll go back here. We saw Dayhoff spinning in the foreground. It all started here, though. We had Kern. I want to take a look from back here. Yeah, trying to avoid a slight touch there from Marini. And then Marini came up track, catches Dayhoff, and spins him. No damage really for anybody.
Got confused on who was who.
But yeah, green-white checkered here. Going into overtime.
Lucky dog on the outside.
Here comes Happy back for a lap. And this overtime presented by Growmasters. Growmasters is an attractant with 30 different vitamins and minerals, as well as an all-natural organic dewormer. Unlike many other brands, Growmasters has a large ratio of healthy and beneficial ingredients for deer and a lower amount of salt. With 2 irresistible flavors of red apple and persimmon, Growmasters will bring the deer in and help them feel better. If a deer feels better, he eats more and grows more, meaning a bigger rack. Feed those deer Growmasters 365 days a year for that trophy buck you've been dreaming about. For more information, head to the website www.hhwildlifeproducts.com. All right, double file this time around. The lights off on the pace car. top 4. Fountaine and Hanneman on that front row. Tomlinson on the inside of row 2 with Danny Gross on the outside. Mangram's on the inside of row 3 with Joe Hudson. Marini and Holyfield and Lanford and Kern rounding out the top 10. And off of turn number 4, the pace car diving off. The field will be in the hands of number 12 for this green-white checkered, this first overtime. Green flag flies. Here we go. Check up on the top lane. Big check up on the top lane. And the caution is out once again. William Kern involved in that one.
Restart, boys.
Was that you?
I got to go all the way around to the pace car. Just letting you guys know.
Nah, yes and no. It started in front of me, and everybody just went nose to tail, and then I got ran over.
Big
Not
check
the person
up.
behind me fault. Somebody ahead of me.
Big check up. Grady actually
Sorry,
getting
man.
a piece of that too.
Like you said, I had no.
I don't know, but it cost me 2 spots.
The high line didn't go.
Yeah, big check up there. Hanneman had a terrible jump, and it caused a big checkup.
I heard you, Jan. You didn't have to apologize, man. Like I said, it wasn't your fault. Shit happened in front of us. No problem.
That was a big old accordion for everybody on the high side. And now with a second overtime, fuel becoming more of a factor here. Will these guys be able to make it?
Lucky dog outside.
That's actually going to get Happy back on the lead lap. Albeit still probably quite damaged. Wilder and Grady still down pit road as well. Not sure. I'm guessing repairing damage here for these guys. Unfortunate for Weiniger, his night's over. A long time ago. Lap 56 to be exact. All right, here we go. About to go green flag racing here once again. Overtime number 2. Fountaine and Tomlinson sit on the front row this time with Hanneman and Mangrum 3rd and 4th. Looks like Danny Gross and Mike Marini will be the third row, with Joe Hudson and Lanford in the fourth row. And then Dayhoff and Holyfield looks like the fifth row, rounding up the top 10. Kern going to have to battle back from 14th after that damage. Not sure how bad the damage is, but I saw the nose kind of caved in quite a bit, so I'd imagine he's probably not looking for... We're not looking to go crazy towards the front, but we'll see what happens. Overtime number 2. Pace car will dive off for 2 more trips around this 2-mile D oval of Michigan International Speedway. Green flag flies. The inside lane has the better run. Tomlinson dives to the inside. Coming to the line, white flag in the air. 1 more time around, 2 more miles. Mangrum hard into the wall. They're crashing in the back. Big time wrecking in the back of the field. No caution coming out as we're on the final lap, and this time by, the checkered flag will fly for the number 12 of Bryce Fountain.
Yeah, you were blinking on my screen, 25. No worries. Good win, Bryce.
Yeah, thanks, man. Good racing. Yeah, can we look at the 31 for intentional wrecking?
And we'll get those top 3 in here in just a moment.
Oh, my back.
Well, there's Mr.
Live on the
Tomlinson.
broadcast, by the way, there, Mason. Just letting you know.
We got the whole trio here, the top three. But yeah, live on the broadcast there, Mason. We'll get to you in just a minute. We'll start with Ray Hanneman here. And Ray, take us through your race, buddy. How you feeling about this performance here tonight?
Honestly, not bad. I think plan tonight executed well. Worked really hard to keep the Walt Tunnel Racing, iStats, Triple Stint Racing, HSW, Ford Mustang clean tonight. So definitely a grueler, that's for sure. A lot of drivers out there driving over their head and wanting to make the moves a little early, but all in all, it worked out in our favor and get a P3 tonight.
A lot of cautions, more than we're used to in the Cup Series. Take us through your mindset, dealing with the heat cycles and the tires through the race.
Luckily, I'm pretty sure everyone was on near the end of the race at least. Everyone's on the same strategy. Like we're pushing hard and we're trying to get out in front, get out in clean air, and with no one coming down pit road, I mean it's everyone who's not been so hard coming to the last little bit of the race. It's benefiting on that. So luckily in the stage 1, stage 2, it turned out pretty good, and we had some good strategies there for fuel and whatnot, and to save our tires. And I think it just fell on our lap tonight. I think it did a pretty good job.
Yeah, and now looking ahead, the we'll call it the elephant in the room. We got the Chicago Street Course, the one that's going to be a difficult race for a lot of people. How are you feeling going into Chicago next week?
I've been putting some practice in, so I'm excited for the race, and hopefully I can get at least a win in this league. It'd be nice, but definitely gonna try for another podium for sure. That's yeah.
Another strong performance here for Ray Hanneman, coming home P3. Anybody want to shout out before we let you go?
Yeah, I gotta thank all the guys over Eternal, HSW, Triple Stint Racing. I gotta thank iStats, pretty much everyone on the back end, the family, Bryce, Mason, everybody who supports and lets me do what I do. Without you guys, I wouldn't be doing this, so I appreciate every single one of you guys. And then on top of that, I gotta thank you for doing this awesome broadcast. I gotta thank all the fans out there and all the competitors for putting on a good show and keeping it clean out there when it mattered most.
Ray Hanneman, P3, and we'll get in touch here with second place Mason Tomlinson in the number 4. Mason up 9 spots rather. You started in the kind of the mid to tail end of the top 10 and were able to bring it home in second position. Take us through your race, bud.
I tried to stay patient at first, and it's just you gotta take your runs when you get them. And then I almost got wrecked out of the race trying to be patient, so I decided to be a little more aggressive. And if I wrecked, I wrecked, and it happened to work out. So.
Yeah, so lots of good moves there from you in the end of the race. Battles with CD, Marini, you had some battles with him, as well as Joe Hudson sometime in the middle of the race. Take us through some of those battles. I mean, what was your mindset going into the battles? I know you've had some tough ones with Joe in particular at Darlington and CD and other tracks. Take us through your mindset.
I got to remind myself to breathe when that stuff happens, because sometimes you don't breathe for 2 laps. And it's you can send it in on the bottom pretty hard, but you either get by them pretty quick and you can slide up and stay in the gas, or you got to lift hard and it just takes everything away. And they were racing me hard and clean, so I tried to do the same without try to get by them without wrecking them. But I after that little incident, what was it, stage 2 when we wrecked?
Yeah, I think so.
3. I just started sending it, man. That's all I got for you.
Yeah.
Kind of drove angry, but tried not to wreck anybody.
Yeah, and now I know you have the cast off now. How you feeling about the Chicago Street Course next week?
I own it, but I've never ran a race there. I think I had to go out of town for work last year in a different league, so I'm gonna have to practice all week probably.
All right. Well, anybody you want to shout out before we let you go, Mason?
Just everybody that was racing me hard and clean. That was fun. And Eternal Racing, my teammates, and High Stats, Triple Cent Racing, and you guys in the booth for taking care of all this every week. I know that's a lot. So fun time, man. Especially when you can have good finishes.
All right. That's second place Mason Tomlinson, and we will let you go. Congratulations on P2.
Thanks.
And now for the race winner, the number 12. Start first, finish first for Bryce Fontaine. Take me through your race, bud. How you feeling?
Yeah, I feel pretty good, man. I mean, to race point, we kind of had a game plan coming into it, and it worked out for us. We knew the draft here obviously was going to be big. I didn't realize it was going to be as big as it was, but it definitely showed how important the draft was. So we all tried to stick together. Luckily, Mason was able to get up there in the end and give us a little bit of help as well. And yeah, man, we made it work. I'll take it.
Yeah, it seemed like the Eternal Racing crew was always at the front controlling the race. You talked about how important the draft was, and really having your teammates around you helps facilitate being able to have control of the race. Take us through. I mean, you really didn't find yourself any farther than 5th or 6th, and I think that was really only on pit cycles. Take us through your day, like really at the front. I mean, you didn't have to deal with any of the calamity at the back, but how do you manage that with the cautions like we had in the 3rd stage?
Yeah, I was a little surprised. I mean, I knew that there was definitely a potential for cautions. I didn't think that we were going to get as many as we did. Not that we got a whole lot, but definitely more than what I would have traditionally thought we would have gotten at a place like Michigan. But Michigan is one of those tracks, man. It goes one or two ways. The draft brings everybody into the fight, and everybody's jockeying for position and trying to get everything they can. And especially with the amount of talent we have here, everybody's racing each other hard. And as the laps go on, the amount of space given gets smaller and smaller. And I'm sure you saw that up there in the booth here on those last couple of restarts. But yeah, man, I mean, having teammates like Ray and Will and Mason, even though Will wasn't with us tonight, excuse me. Yeah, man, it makes it easier for sure. Obviously there comes a point where the gloves come off and it's kind of every man for themselves. But we were able to manage it and make it work. And even with the fuel change, it was great. I still had a set of tires in the pits, but myself and Ray, I know for sure we're turning into accountants tonight, man. There was a lot of numbers being said and math being done, and luckily, at the end of the day, again, I got some bomb-ass teammates and everything worked out. So.
Yeah, we saw a lot of good battling between you and your teammates as well. I look back to the battles you had with Kern late in stage or midway through stage 3 and also through 2nd stage. Elbows out driving. How much does that familiarity with each other really help being able to battle with each other like that?
Yeah, I mean, I know Will's strengths. Will knows mine. I know my weaknesses. He knows, or I know his. He knows mine. I mean, it almost to an extent it makes it a little bit harder because we both know what each other's going to do, right? So, but yeah, no, the trust that I have for Will especially. I mean, of course Mason and Ray as well, but I've been racing with Will now basically every race I've ever done in league for a year and I guess a quarter now. So that's where it's able to go. And I mean, even like I've raced with CD for a while now as well, and we had a little bit of elbows out there, but we all kept it clean and Rubbin's racing. I know Ray said it to some point to Mason there. I guess they had a little bit of contact, but yeah, I mean, I've got a lot of trust for a lot of the guys in here, man. Again, the amount of talent that we have in this league is incredible, and I'm just happy that I have a place that I can call home, that I get to race every single week, and obviously performing well. That helps. So.
And I've asked them. I know you were here for the whole thing too, but how are you feeling about Chicago Street Course next week?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I feel pretty good about the road courses. I put a little bit of time into Chicago Street Course. I haven't put too much into it yet. I mean, it's definitely a track that it makes anybody uncomfortable, right? I mean, there's just zero margin for error at a place like Chicago Street Course, so it's really all just going to be about keeping all 4 tires on the track and not putting the car in the wall. But I'm looking forward to it. Again, like I said, we all know how much I love the road courses. So we'll see if I can pull it off. Qualifying is going to be very important there. I do know that.
All right. Anybody want to shout out before we let you go?
Yeah, absolutely. Sponsors getting a lot of love tonight. First and foremost, got to give a shout out to all the guys over at Eternal for all their support. My teammates as well, Ray, Mason, Will, and all the other guys that don't race here. And again, like I said earlier, bomb ass teammates. I couldn't be more happy to be with a more stacked team that we have. So shout out to all of them. Got to give a shout out to triplecientracing.gloves.com as well as iStats, and we got a new partner as well in Hill Simworks, HSW. I'm glad to have them on board, and we're going to be a developing partner for them. So that's going to be pretty cool. I'm looking forward to seeing where that's going to go. And again, shout out to all the guys on track, all the admins, and then of course you, Chase, for all the hours you spent up there in the booth calling all the action, and then Grill Masters for hopping on board with us as well, man. So just shout out to everybody, really. And my wife. I almost forgot it this time.
I was gonna tell you. I was gonna save you. I was gonna save you.
I was like, I feel like I'm missing that extra sponsor that we got this time threw me off. But yeah, no, shout out to the wife. She's pregnant, so she's going through a lot right now. But shout out to her for all her support and bringing me drinks and food when I need it. So I got the best support system behind me.
All right, congratulations, Bryce, on another win, and we'll let you go.
Awesome, man. Thanks, Chase.
All right, we will quickly run through the race results here. Again, Bryce takes it home, P1. Mason Tomlinson in second. Ray Hanneman in the 85, rounding out the top 3-year podium. Mike Marini crosses the line in the 4th position in the number 45. Danny Gross in 5th in the 27. Brandon Dayhoff was quick in practice, comes home 6th in the 51. Ron Holyfield in 7th in the number 14. C.D. Mangrum, looks like there was some contact between him and Colton Lanford. They both fall back to 8th and 9th position, respectively. Bryce Tucker rounding out your top 10. Andre Carvalho will come home 11th in the number 19. Sean Wilder in 12th in the number 99. Bobby Grady, 13th in the number 1. William Kern, with the damage from the last caution, will bring it home in 14th position in the number 31. Top 15, finishing it out, is Joe Hudson in the 49. Sean Happick, with the damage he had earlier in the race, had some interesting issues with some other drivers there on the track, and he'll finish in the 16th position. Hunter Young in 17th in the number 77, rounding out the field. Oh, not rounding out the field because we had 19 drivers. Anthony Hall will be a lap down in the 18th position in the number 37. And in the final position will be Chris Weiniger, 49 laps down, had big time issues there on lap 56, so coming home 19th in the 53 and rounding out the field. Overall, not a bad race at all from Michigan International Speedway, and we will go to the Chicago Street Course next Friday, but we do have a week off for the Truck Series as well. They will be at the Atlanta Motor Speedway a week from Sunday, so stay tuned for that, and we will catch you guys next Friday for the Turning Laps podcast. Take it easy.